So the Central Park Karen Amy Cooper's case was dismissed, Jussie Smollett style. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and welcome to my YouTube spot. If you're new to the channel, I talk about law, I talk about politics, I talk about pop culture. Now, before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear. So I always like to start with the facts of the situation before we get into the spin. So let's talk about the facts. For those of you who don't know who Amy Cooper is, nor what the Central Park Karen incident was about, let me explain. Amy Cooper is a white woman who had her dog off a leash in Central Park. Now, in Central Park, you are not allowed to have your dog off a leash unless you're in certain areas. Now, a black man, his name happens to be Christian Cooper, no relation, told Miss Cooper that she was in violation of the law and she should put her dog on the leash. Well, Miss Cooper refused to obey the law. Christian Cooper then said, well, if you're going to just disobey the rules, then I can disobey the rules, and called for her dog. Come here, dog. Amy Cooper then told Christian Cooper that the dog's not going to come to you. Then Amy Cooper then placed her dog on a leash. Mr. Cooper began filming the incident. Miss Amy Cooper, then approached Christian Cooper, and he had to tell her to stay away from him.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
Miss Cooper then threatened to call the police and eventually did call the police, saying that there was a black man threatening her.
I'm sorry, I'm in the Ramble, and there is a man, African-American, he has a bicycle helmet. He is recording me and threatening me and my dog. There is an African-American man, I am in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately. I'm in Central Park in the Ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
Now, after the incident was over, Miss Cooper then made a second call to the police, stating the same thing, that this black man threatened her life. Now, at no time did Christian Cooper threaten Amy Cooper's life. So now, because of the subsequent video and public outrage, Amy Cooper was deemed the Central Park Karen, and she was charged with filing a false police report. Now, this is identical to what happened in the Jussie Smollett case. He was charged with filing a false police report. Now, in New York State, it is a misdemeanor. Now, let's talk about how the criminal justice system generally treats something like this. Miss Amy Cooper, she's a first-time offender. She has absolutely no criminal history. She's been a model citizen up until this point. This seems to be her first mistake. So giving Miss Cooper a criminal record at this time wouldn't be justice, right? She made one mistake. She filed one false report. To give her a criminal record would not be justice. So the district attorney's office gave her what's known as an ACD. It's called an adjournment in contemplation of dismissal. Now, the way it works is that if Miss Cooper completed a racial sensitivity training program, since this was her first offense and she was unlikely to reoffend, then her case would be dismissed by the district attorney's office. And this is what they do for most cases. Again, this is identically the same thing that happened in the Jussie Smollett case. First-time offender, unlikely to reoffend. Now, so we're clear on the facts. Now, because they had this arrangement, Amy Cooper was actually eligible to have this case dismissed in January. Now, as you can see from the local news coverage, in January 11, Amy Cooper was supposed to receive this dismissal, but she hadn't completed the, quote, restorative justice program. So the court rescheduled her hearing for this dismissal on February 15th. And on February 15th, after she completed the program, she was given a dismissal. Now, a dismissal is the same thing as being acquitted. Your charges are dropped, you have no criminal record, things go away. Here's a quote from the assistant district attorney, according to TMZ. Due to Cooper's lack of a criminal background, she was offered the alternative restorative justice resolution, designed not to just punish, but to educate and promote community healing. It's similar to a plea bargain. The DA goes on to say Cooper entered the program and completed 5 sessions, and her therapist reported it was a moving experience for Cooper. And she learned a lot. So this is essentially the same thing that happened with the Jussie Smollett case. Remember, first-time offender, no criminal background, filing a false police report. He did some community service, didn't ask for his bond back because the police did the investigation, and the charges were dismissed. And his attorney went on TV saying that he's innocent. He's innocent, he didn't do anything wrong.
Community service to
Which
show
is the
that
condition of the charges being released. He's got to do this community service.
he had to do nothing. There was no obligations, no conditions. These are things that he chose to do because that's his character. And again, you can find out from multiple sources that this is what he's done for years and years and years with multiple organizations.
Everyone was so mad at that particular time. And it's the same thing that's happening here. Ms. Cooper did her program, her case was dismissed, and now her attorney, Robert Barnes, who I'm cool with, he's saying that she's innocent, which is true. But this was, you do your 5 sessions, we'll drop the charges because you are a first-time offender. That's all this was. Now, again, both Ms. Cooper and Jussie Smollett were first-time offenders, no criminal history, unlikely to reoffend. Now, in my opinion, both cases were disposed of justly. See, if anyone else did the same thing, filing a false police report, they would have gotten the same deal. And simply put, Amy and Jussie, they both simply filed false police reports. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this was the right call? Do you think this was the wrong call? Do you think she should have gone to trial? Do you think they both should have gone to trial? Now, I do read every comment. They can be mean. But do you think justice was served here? Or do you think this is just denied? My name is Nate, lawyer, YouTuber, and I'm out.